Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. In today's video I'm going to talk about this magical palette. We are here, it's arrived. I bought the original Jaclyn Hill palette and I just thought that the first perfect ride for this is one of the Jaclyn Hill tutorial which she created with this palette. I think we have to jump into the tutorial, so I'm going to start on my phone the tutorial which I'm gonna follow from Jaclyn Hill. I believe I'm gonna recreate the first tutorial which she created with this palette. This is a blown out fiery smoky eye. This is the second video what the YouTube gives if you type in the Jaclyn Hill palette right here. This is the Hot Fire Smoky Eye Feed Jaclyn Hill palette by Jaclyn Hill. So I think this is the first go, the palette. Jaclyn Hill tells me what should I do with her palette. This fiery smoky eye, man, this is calling my name! I can't wait to recreate this look and I can't wait to try this palette step by step after Jaclyn. I hope this is gonna be interesting and I hope you're gonna enjoy this, and if you do, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell right next to the subscribe button, because nowadays the YouTube want to know you would like to notify you or not, so you have to hit the ring button. You have to hit the ring button if you would like to notify by the YouTube every time when I'm uploading. So I think let's jump into this. But I need a mirror because the palette isn't including a mirror. It just says this palette is dedicated to all my loving subscribers. I am a subscriber. Look at this. This is a huge palette. This is bigger than my face. If I had a big mirror here, it would be too heavy. So let's jump into this.
Hey guys! I can't
Hey
believe that
Jaclyn.
I'm actually filming this video today. Like, you have no idea how surreal this feels to me. What? Like, just I'm dreaming. I just feel like I'm truly dreaming that we're finally here after all this time. I can't believe that I'm actually filming my first makeup tutorial with this palette.
We are excited, Jaclyn. We are agree with that. Yes, and one another thing that I'm not going to use all of the stuff what she's using in this tutorial because I haven't those really expensive lip products. And I think this is understandable. So I have some similar colors, so we're gonna handle it.
Alright, so I already have on my
Yeah! Oh my goodness! I didn't remember that she already put on the base. So yeah, starting really well. She didn't say anything about her base, so I'm going to use my regular base stuff and I'll just come back. So I think we are finally here where Jaclyn just started the video.
foundation, my concealer, and my powder, and I have on my brows, so I look a little weird right now, I know.
Yes, me
But it'll
too.
all come together in
I
the
feel
end,
you,
I
Jaclyn, I
promise.
feel you.
You see the swatches of my palette? Alright, I'm going to start off with MFEO. It is the 4th shade in the palette, and this is a matte kind of medium tone warm brown. I created the shade specifically for the transition color, which is what I'm doing right now. I just want to make sure I'm in focus. You guys are probably going to see me looking over this way a lot to make sure that I stay in focus throughout the video. So taking a fluffy brush, I'm just going to start off right
Ooh,
here
this is nice.
in the upper
Little bit
crease, which is the
pink undertone.
transition area. Oh my gosh, I can't believe
Neutral
I'm actually
color.
doing this.
Yeah, step off the excess. Ooh, it's a little bit powdery. And she says that she's keeping it low and put the pigmentation to the outer corner and blending it inward. So we're gonna do the same thing, or trying to do the same thing as usually like we do with a transition shade. you know this is nothing new yet. She's the blending queen, so I try to blend it really hardly. I don't want to disappoint her. Wow, this shade has a little bit more fallout than I expected. It's a little bit weird. Anybody talk about the fallout in this palette? Don't get me wrong, this is applies like a dream, blend like a dream, so I haven't any complaining. Just in the palette itself it has a little bit more fallout than I expected. So let's see what is she doing next.
Alright, next I'm going to go in with the shade Butter, which is the second color in the second row. Sorry, I'm not meaning to flip you guys off right now. That's just the finger that popped up.
So she picked up a little bit denser brush. Denser. Let's see what we have. I think this is a little bit more stiff, dense. And we're gonna go with the shade Butter on the second row, second shade. Wow, this is pigmented. What? I didn't expect it that this is gonna be that pigmented. Okay, oh, okay, oh, okay. Because I have hooded eyes, so my lid is completely disappearing when I open my eyes. That's why I bring a little bit higher this shade. Just a little bit.
Whenever I do this, I raise my eyebrow just because I feel like when my eyes are down like this, I have more skin sagging down in that area. And when I raise my eyebrow up, I can get really nice and precise in there and make it look way more blended. So I raise my eyebrow
That's
up.
true.
And
That's true.
really
When I raise my eyebrows, it's so easy to reach.
Whoa.
So easier to reach the inner corners. So which was the Pukey? Which shade did you use? She moved on. The shade Pukey, which is this nice caramel brown here. Sorry because of my nails. These are a little bit disgusting, but never mind. But the shade almost matching with the shade Jada. This is so cool. Anyway, move on the shade Pukey, and I think I'm gonna use the more stiff brush and I'm gonna pack on the color with this. Oh my gosh, this is so pigmented again. Whoa! So, run through the crease, she said. Kind of done with Pukey. What's next? This is getting interesting.
Powder on a small angled brush right now, and I am just going to use this to carve out where I want my shadow to stop so that nothing gets messy. I do this all the time, almost any time I ever...
So she's doing the translucent powder hack to curve out the edges. Okay, what we gonna use? We're gonna use a banana shade from our contour kit. Just put it to the outer edge. Pinch my brush. Yes, it's actually working.
And I'm just going to lightly put some of this translucent powder here so that if we have any fallout
more
when we're packing
powder.
on these colors, it just catches it.
I think her skin is dry. So take a little bit from my, what is this? Rimmel Stay Matte Pressed Powder, and just as she did, push under my eye area to catch any fallout. Her skin is dry and mine is oily, and I feel myself drier since started to put on so many powders, so please stop the powdering, Jaclyn.
Now I'm going to go in with the shade Roxanne, which is one of my favorite colors in the palette. It is this beautiful, just like kind of deep, very matte brick red. And
This is
it
really
came in
beautiful.
M573. It's like a little bit more tapered, but it's still like very long and a great blending brush. I'm going to go ahead and just start popping this right there in that crease area.
So Roxanne, which is Roxanne, pretty low, and bring it to the inner corner. Because that's what she said. Okay, Roxanne is laid down. What's next?
Okay, now I'm gonna go in with the shade Hunts, which is such a beautiful, just like rich, intense, like deep orange. It is so creamy and so pigmented. A tiny bit goes such a long way. And now with Hunts, I'm just gonna go over pretty much everything in the upper crease area just to really make it a lot more orange as opposed to like brick.
This is such a pretty shade. Oh my god, look at this. Look at this. Ooh. So pigmented. I'm obsessed with this palette. We should do this. But I did this for the first time because I didn't expect it how pigmented this shade. Nice. How are we gonna move back? What should I do? Let's apply a little bit more to the other side as well to match it together a little bit. Oh my god, this is getting messy. We applied a little bit more from Hunts than we needed. Ding! Please say we can move back somehow.
Alright, I'm going to pick up a little bit of Creamsicle right here, which is another matte shade. So far I have used only mattes this entire tutorial. And I'm going to take barely any of that on my brush and just go over the edges again. Just right there at that point where everything is coming to an end, just to make sure that we have what? No harsh lines.
So, let's take Creamsicle. Creamsicle. Barely any of it. Shall I take a little bit more? Or this is a really bad idea? No harsh lines. I think we are blended.
Okay, now I'm going to go in with Roxanne, which is this really dark kind of like brick rusty copper shade, and it is a shimmer. I'm going to pick this up on a MAC 242 brush right here, and I'm also going to wet my brush with Fix Plus.
Okay, Jaclyn. So, we're not going to use Fix Plus because I haven't any Fix Plus, but we're going to use eye drops, which is, as she says, just as good. So, which shade was that, actually? She said Roxanne. What? Shimmer? Roxanne is not shimmer. What? Again, Roxanne is a matte shade, Jaclyn. What? I'm a little bit confused. Roxanne is a matte brick shade and we use it already. Okay. So, Roxanne is not a shimmer shade and we used it already. Roxanne is this shade and she just pointed this shade in the palette. This is the first row, first shade, because she said a copper brownish shade, shimmery shade. So, she basically pointed and described the shade Hill Star, not Roxanne, but she says Roxanne. So, I'm a little bit confused. Jaclyn, I want to follow your tutorial! She pointed this shade called Hill Star, but she said Roxanne. I don't know, we have to mix with the Roxanne or not? I'm just gonna take this shade called Hill Star, not Roxanne. And then I spritz my brush with the eye drop. And she said apply it to in the whole entire lid. So we're gonna do this. It has a little bit fallout with this shade called Hill Star. Okay, on this eye it hasn't any fallout, so maybe I just take a little bit too much in this eye.
Now I'm going to pick up a little bit of Firework and Queen, and I'm going to mix both of these together. Like a little dab of this one first, and then I'll take a little bit of Queen on my brush. I don't want it to be super gold, but I also don't want to go in with like that straight copper either. I just want to mix, you know?
She said just dab dab. So we're gonna do this. A little dab here, a little dab here. Dab here, Here. I don't know how much. Dab. A little bit coppery, a little bit goldy, a little bit coppery, a little bit goldy. I don't know. What am I doing right now? Basically just ruin my beautiful shades in the palette. When the colors are already on my brush, now I wet my brush because I just don't want to ruin the shades even more. So she said to the center. I see what she's talking about. This is getting prettier. What's next?
I'm just gonna wipe away now any of that translucent powder that is still under there.
Oh my gosh, we wipe away the powder. Okay. Wipe it away. This is a little bit interesting, and this is maybe my fault that the shades are just bleeding down here and there in my inner corner and my outer corner. It's maybe just because of I applied it a little bit heavier than she did.
Picking up a pencil brush, I'm going to grab the shade Pukey and just kind of connect what I did on the upper lid to the lower lash line. So as you can see, like I have that like wing right there. I'm just going to go ahead and connect that with the shadow and just bring that down.
Okay, that translucent powder trick is not created for me as harsh wing as her. Okay, but we're gonna take the pencil brush with the shade Pukey and we're gonna and I don't apply too much. So we're gonna connect the outer edges, although we haven't the wing actually. This is a little bit more blown out for me than her. But I try to create the wing now. What do you think? I'm usually not that heavy-handed with the lower lash line.
It's dark, kind of fudgy brown down there on the second to last row on a definer brush. I'm just going to put that directly on my lower lash line.
And put it directly to the lash line.
I'm going to pick up a little bit of Roxanne and Hunt's, just a pinch of each, just a wee little bit on my pencil brush, and I'm just going to go on this entire lower lash and just blend all that out. Oh yes, honey.
Oh my gosh, this is gonna be a little bit... It's not gonna be a little bit too much? Okay, Jaclyn, I'm following you. Oh yes, this is cute. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, this is a really harsh lower lash line.
Alright, I'm just going to go back in with a little bit more translucent powder just to make sure that this is nice and crisp and tight in there. I'm going to do a little bit more work on my upper lid, and I just don't want anything to get messy, so I'm just going to take all the steps of precaution. I'm just going to go back in with Roxanne and Hunt's on a blending brush, and I'm just going to pack it just a little bit more intense right out here in the outer corner.
Okay, let's give this technique another go. I don't know, Jaclyn, how do you do this? But this is just not exactly work for me. Move back to the upper lid with Roxanne and Hunt's.
Okay, now for highlighting my brow bone, I'm going to go in with the first shade in the palette, which is in Light. I am so freaking obsessed with this color for highlighting my brow bone in the inner corner. The pigmentation and the formula and the way it swatches is just absolute perfection. If you ask me for a highlight, it is just like so creamy and so satin in the tiniest bit. Like I barely even touch my skin. All right, I'm going to take the same shade and I'm going to pop that on the inner corner of the eye.
Let's take a teeny tiny pencil brush and pop that to the inner corner. Wow. There is a little bit fallout on my nose and in my inner corner and here around my nose. which is, look at this. I try to fix it with a little bit powder. A little bit better. So, a little bit more fallout than I expected.
Flutter Lash Intoxicating. These are some of my favorite lashes ever. They are so long and fluffy and flirty and sexy and just everything that I ever want in a lash. Intoxicating is it. Okay, lashes are on. What a difference they make, let me tell you.
Okay, we're not gonna use false lashes because I'm just not into this false lash trend. So I'm gonna pop on some mascara because I more like the mascaras. But I think we can close this little palette.
I'm gonna put a little bit of black liquid liner in my lower waterline just to really like deepen and intensify this look, which you do not have to do at all. You can just do mascara, of course, and be good to go. But I want to really make this look extra. What's new? I'm gonna take a little bit of the Maybelline Blackest Black Gel Liner on just a little teensy tiny eyeliner brush. And I'm just going to line the inner rim of my eye with this.
Okay, so we're gonna use the same pencil which I used to tight lining because I don't want to put liner to my rim. I'm not gonna follow her as directly as I did in my eyes, so I'm just gonna do my makeup as she do, as close as possible as she do. So this is it, guys. I think we reached the finished look. Done! So this is the finished look, guys. I hope you really enjoyed this video because I really enjoyed to recreate one of Jaclyn Hill's tutorial. I kind of handled this not exactly the same look, but it's really close, I think, and I just really enjoyed it. And if you do, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Have a nice day and sziasztok!